It was a great win, obviously. We just had a lot of players step up. I'm just looking at the stats right now. 5 guys in double figures, so we spread the ball around. We moved it. We had 22 assists, which is a great number. We had 14 offensive rebounds, which is a great number. You know, USC is a really talented team, very well coached team, and I've just got great respect for their talent on their team. And Bo Wright was phenomenal again. And Jonah Matthews, I love him. He's a heck of a player. So it's a good win for us. Obviously, a game like that can flip either way. But, you know, there's been a lot of questions about leadership. There's been a lot of questions about resilience. There's been a lot of questions about toughness. There's been a lot of questions about a lot of different areas. And my gosh, I don't know what more these guys can do to respond to all that. I mean, they just, you know, we go to Cal, we win in overtime. We're down 19 the other night. We come back and win. We're down tonight, and it kind of looks cloudy there, and we win in overtime. So there is a connection with this team. We don't have maybe that one true guy, but there is a real, I see it at timeouts, I see it in the locker room, and they're pretty connected right now. Right now we've won 3 in a row, 4 of our last 5, and they're having fun right now. So that was a big win for us. We're obviously, again, in a game like that, it can swing either way, and fortunately it swung our way.
What was the play call design with 5 seconds left on the shot clock on the play that Hans ends up hitting the 3? What was the design of the play?
Well, it wasn't that, but it looked good though going in. But we just, again, it was something I drew up at the timeout. First look was going to be Moses around the rim, and then we had Chris Wilkes coming to the ball side wing, and then the third option out of that was Hans popping to the top. So, again, ball went to Chris Wilkes. Fortunately, went to Jalen Hans, and that spot right there has been pretty darn good to him the last 2 games. You know, he made 7 threes the other night, 5 threes tonight. Again, before I forget it, I want to say, you know, I thought Moses Brown was tremendous, another double-double. Jalen was great. I thought Chris Smith, we got on Chris hard at halftime. I didn't think he was very good in the first half, and I thought he was phenomenal in the second half. So Chris Smith was big, and Jules Bernard is Jules Bernard. He's going to do what he does. So it was a great win. It was a key stop there, the last stop and the last possession in regulation. We had what we feel is our best defensive 5 in there, and fortunately we got a big stop to get the game to overtime.
Jalen didn't start the overtime. What was the thinking there?
You know, we got the stop on the prior possession, and we just kind of wanted to hang with that group. I think we subbed 1 guy out, but we just wanted to hang with that group and another possession. Look, and Jalen's standing over here now, but he knows I love him as a player, and I think his growth has been incredible. I mean, here's a guy who didn't, you know, he was in and out last year of the lineup, and he was kind of, you know, up and down, and now tonight he had 21 points and 10 assists and no turnovers. I mean, 21 points, 10 assists, and no turnovers. So he's catching the eyes of the NBA because he's got speed, he can pass, he can distribute, he can make clutch shots. But defensively, we need him to be better, and he knows that. So sometimes we do play offense, defense, and we get David in there more, some on the defensive end, and we play, you know, obviously he played 37 minutes tonight, but that's where he's got to grow a little bit more on the defensive end. But offensively, he's really dynamic right now.
Coach, right here. After the game, you ran off the court. It looked like you were very, very excited. Talk about what you've been going, what's happened this year, and looked like everything just kind of came together for you right then at that moment.
Well, everything revolves around the players, and when Steve was let go, Steve's a great coach. And when he was let go in early January, the players just continued to battle and fight, and Dwayne and the two Corys and Tyus and I, we've worked, I think, pretty darn hard. And the players, I just can't remember many days where they've taken the day off and relaxed or not practiced hard, maybe a little bit here or there, but for the most part, their spirit has been great, their enthusiasm's been great. We've had some up and down patches during the last 16 games, but we've kind of got a few things a little more figured out now, and I think they're enjoying playing, enjoying what we're trying to do. And again, tonight could have gone either way. I could just as easily have been sitting up here after a loss, but these guys are making a lot of plays. And I'm just really proud of them. I'm proud to be their coach right now, and may not last too much longer, but it's fun working with them and being their coach. And I think as a staff, we've given them a lot of love. And I think Jalen would tell you we've coached them hard. You know, we've gotten on them and coached them hard, but they've just responded. They've responded. It's a neat bunch of guys, and I love them and I love coaching them, and I just hope we can keep playing for a while. We'll see. But tonight was a big step in the right direction.
Coach, you mentioned leadership earlier. In what ways did you see some of the growth in leadership from this team in timeouts and late in regulation and overtime?
Well, I think it's a team thing. I told Ben yesterday, Ben and I talked about it for a little while, or 2 days ago, but I think it's a team thing with us. We don't really have that one guy, although Jalen has become a much more vocal leader in the course of the last 2 or 3 months. But Jules Bernard is playing a lot more minutes, and he's a vocal guy, so you hear a lot from him. Jalen Hill is vocal at times. Chris Wilkes is vocal at times. David Singleton doesn't say a lot. At least I don't hear him say a lot. Moses probably doesn't say a lot. But so I think it's as a team. I think it's as a group. I don't think it's just that one guy. And I've said it 100 times, and nobody wants to hear it, but we're incredibly young. We're just incredibly young. And our guys that, you know, like Jalen Hams played great tonight, and Chris Wilkes had another, you know, Chris hadn't practiced for, I'm just trying to think back, he was sick all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. We weren't even sure if he was going to play tonight, and he gets 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. So I think collectively we're doing a lot of good things, and I think from a leadership standpoint, they're kind of counting on each other and kind of helping each other. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.